Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel, and in this video not only am I going to be giving another story time, I'm also going to be braiding in another rubber band hairstyle. And this was actually the first rubber band hairstyle I ever braided in, and at the time when I saw it I thought, ooh, this is very easy, this is going to be like a walk in the park. Boy, yes, the style was cute, but the easy part still gives me PTSD because I thought it was going to take me 15 minutes maximum to braid in the style, but boy, it turned into something else. It was actually a disaster, and every time I remember what I went through while braiding this hairstyle, I cringe. And without further ado, let's just start right off with the video. So personally, I've always thought rubber bands were very cute and I've always wanted to try them, but I just never had the courage to do so because wearing rubber bands, colorful ones at that, it takes courage, let's be honest, which most of us do not have. So yeah, that was why I was a little bit shy to try rubber bands which are colorful prior. And I remember that the first time I ever saw someone wearing a rubber band hairstyle was on YouTube. It must have been a YouTuber called Chef B, and this is how she was wearing the rubber bands in her hair. So basically what she did was get a bunch of black rubber bands, soak them in oil. She was using hair oil. I don't remember which type exactly, but I guess you can use any type of hair oil. After soaking them in oil, she sectioned out her hair because she was braiding in a protective style. She was putting in braids, twists, I don't remember what exactly, but after sectioning out her hair, she got the rubber band and wrapped each rubber band around the sections of hair that she had already put aside. And then when she was done wrapping the rubber bands around each section of hair, she would get like a crochet needle and pass it underneath the rubber band on the section of hair, and on the crochet needle was attached like a synthetic hair, and then she would pass the braid through underneath the rubber band and then like braid her hair through. What I've come to learn is that method of braiding hair using rubber bands and a crochet needle is very good for beginners. If you don't know how to grip hair like from the base of your head, you use that method because it will help you prevent like having a loose braid from your scalp. So yeah, the only problem that I've always had with this method of protective styling using rubber bands is when it comes to time for taking out the hairstyle or the protective style, you have to cut the rubber band out of your hair, and that is very, very dangerous because the likelihood of you cutting your hair off or cutting a lot more than you had intended is very high. Take for example, when you're taking out the rubber band and you're taking it out from a section of hair which you cannot see, and you have to use your other senses like touch, you're going to feel around and you're going to feel around wrong. Like whenever I'm unplaiting my hair, I'm going to reach a point where I'm just too tired and I want to be done. And at that point, I'm not really paying very close attention to what I'm doing. I'm just taking out the hair just to finish and go to bed. And at that point, I feel like if I touched a rubber band, there's a likelihood of me just pulling and cutting without like paying much attention. And then in the process of cutting out the rubber band, I'm also cutting out my hair, and that is one of the reasons why I was very hesitant to try using that method of rubber bands while protective styling my hair before. But lately, I feel like that method of using rubber bands while protective styling is kind of out of date. I don't know if it's just me. Correct me down in the comment section if you think I'm way out of pocket for making a comment like that, and I'm so wrong. But I kind of feel like colorful rubber bands are now in style. We're out with the black rubber bands. The pink, orange, white, turquoise are in style right now, and that's what I feel is the rave. And that was the basis of why I decided to jump in, because I was like, you know what, I can maximize and make the best of this time while everyone else is doing it. I won't look like the crazy one or or the one who is attention seeking or whatever. But yeah, that is personally what I feel, or what I felt like at the time when I started wearing colorful rubber bands. But if I'm being honest with you guys, that was not the only reason or the main reason why I started wearing rubber band hairstyles. So the main reason or the biggest reason why I decided to wear more expressive styles is at the beginning of this year, I made a resolution that I was tired of hiding my hair. So I was going to be more expressive with my afro. I was going to comb it out as often as I could. I was going to stop wearing protective styles. I wanted to look at my hair all the time. I was tired of keeping it tucked away. And I was going to enjoy my hair to the fullest of my abilities. And so that was where rubber band hairstyles entered the chat. And my rubber band hairstyling journey started either in May or April of this year, which is 2023. I went to the store and I bought a bunch of rubber bands. So basically, it was a pack of colorful rubber bands. And when I was buying these rubber bands, in my head, I was thinking, I'm going to wear these rubber bands for a very long time. Like, I'm just going to be one of those people who wears rubber bands and cuts them out of their hair. No, no. This pack is going to take me a very long time. And so I bought my rubber bands for really cheap. I think I bought them for less than $1. Like, I came back home, I picked out the style. I was thinking, very easy style. This style is not even going to last me 15 minutes to put in. And so I picked out everything that I knew that I was going to need for this process. I picked out my 2 combs, one for parting and one for combing out my hair. I also picked out my spray bottle that was full of water, by the way. Then also I picked my oil and of course the rubber bands, orange in color. And then, yep, I sat down to start the beautifying process. And then of course I parted my hair into like the mid. I first did the first 2 parts, in the middle of my hair there are 2 parts, and then I started the first small section at the front of my hair. First rubber band went in. The biggest problem that I experienced from the get-go was I didn't know how many times I was supposed to wrap each rubber band around each section of hair. So I wrapped the hair in the band, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 times, and every time I would go to wrap the band, it would be trapped or it would get caught in the next section of hair. Oh my goodness, it was so frustrating. And I felt like it was pulling too tightly around, it was pulling too tightly on my scalp, too near my scalp, and I was feeling pain. And I was thinking, this is not how I see people doing this rubber band method. I see everyone like making the process look so flawless, so painless, so easy, like no problem at all, like smooth sailing. And I was like, no, no, what am I doing wrong? Oh my god, you guys, I struggled to put in these rubber bands. I think I spent about more than an hour. Sectioning out the hair was painful. Putting in the rubber band was so painful. And it looked so lumpy. I'll put the video of how my hair looked after I was done putting in the rubber bands. It looked so lumpy. It looked so wrong. At first I was thinking maybe my hair looks lumpy because I'm sectioning out too much hair. I was like, I don't even know. Is it because I'm doing this on an afro and the girl in the picture, in the reference picture, had like, she has actually probably type 3 hair because her curl pattern is really, really loose. I was like, is it because my hair is 4C? Oh my goodness. I was like, I will never, ever, ever do this again. And I felt like taking out the hairstyle, but I was like, nah, I couldn't have gone through all this just for me to like take it out and not record it. I tied my hair like a trooper, shot the video, and I posted it. I'll even post one of the comments that someone made. Very hurtful, very people are so disrespectful on the internet. But yeah, when it was time to take out the hairstyle, it was even worse. The experience was worse than when it was time to put it in, because remember, I was the person who said, I'm not going to suffer, I'm not going to waste rubber bands, no cutting them. You guys, when it was time to take out these rubber bands, whenever I would try to unravel, it was like I would just twist it a lot more, and it was so painful. It kept on pulling some of the rubber bands. Because of pulling too much on the rubber bands, it kept on snapping on my fingers. Oh my god, the rubber bands were cutting themselves. I was so frustrated. I was like, fuck this shit, like I'm done. I got a pair of scissors. I was like, the good thing is there are only 5 rubber bands in my hair. I cut each and every one of these rubber bands out of my hair. I tied my hair, put the camera away, and I was like, I'm done with this day. Like, wow. And it took me a while before braiding in another rubber band hairstyle. And the second time that I tried a rubber band hairstyle, I was like, I got the idea of, instead of tying rubber band straight into my hair, I was going to first braid. And you guys, every time I'm going to wear a rubber band hairstyle, I start braiding. First 3-strand braid so that it grips tightly straight from my scalp. After braiding the 3-strand braid, I put it a twist, because also 3-strand braids, unbraiding them is another hassle. So I just put in a twist, and then I wrap the rubber bands maybe 2, 4 times, 5 times maximum, and then I wear the style. And you guys, if you look at my rubber band hairstyles now, they come out so flawlessly. Like ever since I got the idea of using the braiding method first before I tie the rubber bands, and then I tie the rubber bands only 3 times or 4 times or 5 times. It has been a game changer because now I don't have to cut my rubber bands. I literally just pull them out of my hair, and application looks so flawless. I'm so proud of myself because I got like a solution to not wasting my rubber bands. And yeah, this is the style. If you look at the way that style came out the time I put them with the yellow rubber bands, you guys will laugh. Like, you'll be like, Rachel, what were you even thinking? What were you thinking? But hallelujah, God has been good. I learned this method, and I made a short video about this hairstyle. And people on the internet, why are you so cruel and why do you not know boundaries? Someone told me, I do not like this style at all. Excuse me, who are you? Like, go braid a style that you want. Like, I laughed because yeah, like, this style was simple at the time, but I've definitely wore cuter hairstyles. And in my next video, the styles that I'm going to be wearing are very cute. I actually did this style only so I could narrate the story time, or the specific story time, over like me showing you what exactly the style was. Like, I wanted to tell you the story of my horrible rubber band experience while you actually seeing what exactly it was like. But yeah, this style is not my favorite as well. However, I do hope you loved this video. Give it a big thumbs up, and I hope you subscribe because yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.